Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. I thought I would go over the Sonia G Fusion series. Now this brush set has been out for a while and it's not available on Beautylist right now, but it will be returning soon. It is available for a bundle with a Lotus set, but I wanted to give you my thoughts on these brushes. I've had them for I think a couple of months now, since whenever they released, and I just never got a chance to make a video about it, so I thought I would do that today. So if you're interested in seeing these brushes in action and my final thoughts on these, then please keep on watching. The Fusion series, this is a set by Sonia G, and it's got 5 brushes, and these were created for cream and liquid products. So I'm going to do a full face of cream and liquids today and show you how these brushes work and my thoughts on these. I've used this a lot for the past 2 months, ever since I received them, but I just hadn't had time to do a review. So let's go ahead and see these products in action. But let me tell you what it says. It's a set of fine handcrafted makeup brushes specifically designed for creams and liquids. There are 2 concealer brushes. So there's one like this, and it's got a round ferrule to it. And then a jumbo concealer, and this one is a pinched ferrule like that. Then there is a mini base and the classic base. I love these brushes, especially for cream, blush, and bronzers. And then there's a jumbo base, and this has become one of my favorite foundation brushes. So I am going to go ahead and use these today. So I've already prepped my face, so I'm going to go ahead and just go straight into foundation. And for my foundation today, I'm going to use the Chanel Ultra Wear All Day Comfort Flawless Finish Foundation. Now it's really rainy here in San Diego, so that's why I have my hair flat, because once I get outside, it's going to get flat anyway. But I'm going to use this with this brush, and what I do is I just take a little bit of this on here, and then I will use it on my face. And it is so great. Oh, look at my uninvited guest. I try to pick at it. Don't pick. People, don't pick. And what I do like about a brush more than a sponge is that it gives you a better coverage, which is what I need, especially with all of this. So let's go ahead and do my... And I really, really love this brush. This is probably my most used brush right now. But once it gets too dirty and I haven't washed it yet, then I go to my other brushes. But I think this is my favorite foundation brush. So you can see that it evenly applies my foundation everywhere. And I do have more foundation on here, like more layers, a thicker layer. So I just like to take a damp beauty blender afterwards and just make sure it's all pressed into my skin. But I love that brush. Next, I'm going to put concealer on. I'm using my Tom Ford concealers. I have these in 3W1 and 2N0. So I've been enjoying these concealers, but I don't know if I like them, but I just don't know if they're worth the 90 bucks. But I do like them. I think I would really like them a lot if they weren't 90. I don't know if it's worth the price of $90, because there are other concealers out there that I like that are just as good, but I do enjoy this concealer. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to go in with my jumbo concealer brush, and this is the one with the flat ferrule, and that's because I'm going to use this concealer brush, the round one, for liquid eyeshadow. So let me go ahead and just stipple this in. I'll do this first. And this is a more fast drying concealer, so that's why I like to do just my face first and then I'll go under my eyes. And Sonia G recommends that you wipe the brush with a microfiber cloth, which I have right here, between products. So I will do that. But see how great this is at just stippling in my concealer? I've been really enjoying this. I think for a concealer brush, on my big areas of hyperpigmentation, I prefer to just use the jumbo face brush and stipple that into my large areas, like right around here. See how good that looks? And then I'll take my microfiber cloth and wipe that off, because I'm going to use concealer under my eyes. The concealer under my eyes is lighter than the ones on my face, so I want to make sure I wipe off my brush. And because prior to this, my favorite concealer brush I think is still the Rare Beauty concealer brush. But this is a close second. Okay, then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and make sure I get all of that sunk in. I'm gonna powder my face, put on my eyebrows, and I'll be back to put on the other cream and liquid products on my face. Okay, I'm back. I put the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder under my eyes, and then I use the Dior powder, no powder, on the rest of my face. I noticed that when I use that, the cream and liquid products work better on my face because it's a really, really thin powder. It's like powder, no powder. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first I'm gonna go into bronzer, and the bronzer I'm using is by Jaclyn Cosmetics, and it's called Beachy. This is one of my favorite cream products. And for this, I'm gonna go in with the classic base. This is the bigger of the two base brushes. And so what I like to do is I like to stipple this in here, and then I like to stipple it onto my hand so that I make sure I get all of the product evenly distributed, so that there's not just one area where on my face where it's going to be applied heavier. I've been really enjoying these brushes for all my cream products, and you know, cream and liquid products have been making such a huge bang onto the market. So this is the side with the bronzer and the side without. See how pretty that is? It doesn't lift my foundation and concealer. And I also use this brush and on a more heavily set face, and this bronzer does not pick up. So I really do enjoy that. But see how nice that looks? Going for a nice, even, easy look. With the rain, I just have to drop off and pick up my kids and go to dance. So I'm gonna mostly be sitting in the car. So there's that. Love, love this brush. For highlighter, I'm gonna use my Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I'm using mine in shade 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put a little bit of this onto my hand, like that. And I do have this in 3 and 5, but the 5 is for when I'm darker and I didn't get as much sun as I thought I would this summer. And then I'm going into the soft concealer brush. It's the little brush right here that I'm going to use for my eyeshadow as well. But I'm going to go ahead and dip that in there. And just kind of blend it out, because if it's too wet, it will pick up my foundation and concealer. But look at how great that goes on. And the thing is with this, when I put the highlighter on first, it blends beautifully with the blush. See how that works? And it's such a great way to hide my hyperpigmentation. But this stipples it right onto my face, and it soaks right up into my skin. So you can't even tell. There's no line of demarcation, and it's blended beautifully. See that? Yeah. All right, so there's that. Then I'm gonna go into blush, and for my blush, I'm using my M Cosmetics cream blush. What is this? It's called So Soft, M Cosmetics So Soft in Pearl Tea. This is what that color looks like. And I'm going in with the mini base brush, and what I like to do is I just like to swap it onto here, then stipple it onto my hand just to make sure I get this all blended evenly onto the brush. And look at how pretty that is. Blush, no blush. And it blends beautifully with the bronzer and the highlighter, which is so nice. And it's such a natural flush of a look. I mean, you know I have makeup on, but it's not like, but damn, in your face. So there's that. Isn't that so pretty? Yeah, so pretty. So I've been really enjoying this cream blush as well. Okay, I'm gonna do my nose, and for my nose, I'm using the Vanity Makeup Nose Brush, which I've been enjoying a lot, and I'm just gonna go into my Jaclyn Cosmetics, stipple that onto my hand so it's not so harsh when I put it on my face. And then what I wanna do is I'm gonna go back into my soft concealer brush. I'm gonna wipe it off on my microfiber cloth. I'm gonna wipe that off because I have highlighter on there. And what I want to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer and put it on my lids. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my lids. Just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of color, you know what I mean? Because the other eyeshadow I'm going to use is a cream eyeshadow as well, but I want to give it a little bit of something to hold on to. Even though you don't really need to do that, but I just like to do that with some of my cream products for my eyes. So there's that. You can see it's just a light hint of color, right? And because it's so cold here, I'm hoping that my eyelids aren't as oily as they normally are. Unless I get my hot flash, then you know, all bets are off. Then I'm going back and cleaning my microfiber cloth. And then the eyeshadow I want to use is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. I got this in Pillow Talk and I've never used it. I've been wanting to use it, but just haven't had the opportunity to do that. So I finally got this in Pillow Talk. I do love the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize formula. So this is the color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the soft concealer brush and I'm just going to go into the lid right there, and I'm just kind of stipple that out. And then I'm going to just wash that onto my eyelids. Look at how easy that is. Now this is a bigger brush than I normally like to use as a liquid or cream eyeshadow brush. But if you're only taking the Fusion series with you on a trip or traveling, see, it works beautifully. And the thing with the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, they don't crease on my mature eyes. So I love that. See how that works? Isn't that beautiful? So easy. So easy. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tightline my waterline, put on my mascara, and I'll be right back. I tightline my waterline with the Gucci eyeliner, put on my Chantecaille mascara, Fossil's mascara, and then I use the Huda Legit Lashes waterproof top coat. Now for my lips, I'm gonna go pretty simple. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk 2 Medium. Now I'm not gonna color it in, so I have the Limitless Lucky Lips here. I have it in Love Flame, so I'm gonna use this. Now this isn't available on the Charlotte Tilbury website anymore. It was released for 48-hour early access, but it will be coming back. So I'll have all of this linked down below. And this is a matte lipstick that's really comfortable to wear for me. Okay, there you have it. My full face of liquid and cream products. Let's talk about these brushes. I love these brushes. I especially love the face brushes. These face brushes are amazing. I think this is now sold individually. If it is, I'll have it linked down below, but these are so good for cream. Now, I'm not a huge fan of these as a concealer brush. I do really like them though. And I would get the set for using this as a eyeshadow brush. It's a little big, but I can always make it work, which I love. So I do highly recommend these brushes. I think they're amazing. I'm so glad I got them because with all the new liquid and cream products coming out nowadays, this has been so nice to use because the brushes are mix of synthetic and real goat hair. This is why you can use these with cream and liquid products. So I highly recommend these. Okay, let me know if you have any thoughts or questions down below. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you next time.